My name is TJ Hines, okay, also known as Mr. Flipperhouse, and I have currently been investing in wholesaling real estate now since July 2011. Before I started investing in real estate, to kind of take you guys back a little bit, I went off to USC, University of South Carolina, and I played ball up there for a few years. And I had an unfortunate injury to my back, herniated disc, that kind of ended my career short. So when my eligibility was up, I had to figure out, what I wanted to do in life. And I kind of dibbled and dabbled in this. Actually was a claims adjuster down south. If you guys can remember back from like 05 to 07, all these hurricanes just came and tore I-95 up. Well, I was one of the claims adjusters that went down there to adjust the claims to make sure that the homeowners were getting their necessary repairs done and getting the proper amount for it. What that did for me, I was actually making good money, but I was still unsatisfied, simply because I have a family. I'm married, I have 3 beautiful children, and that took a lot of time away from my kids and my wife, of course. I missed out on some of my son's baseball games. He's a very good baseball player, and it was kind of upsetting for me and disappointing. I couldn't be there as a dad to support my son. So while we were on break, when the work finished up, I actually came back to Tampa, and I had to find something to do, and something that was going to allow me to create time to spend with my family. And I came across wholesaling real estate. Actually, in my mom's house, I stopped by my mom's house one day, and there was this little book in my mom's house, actually written by my mentor, Kenny Rushing. I don't know, some of you guys may have heard of him or not, but he's my mentor. And I picked that book up, and I read something on wholesaling that kind of sparked my interest, because it was something you could do without any money, without any credit. And at the time, we were just spending money, blowing money. I wasn't really thinking about the future per se. So I had this idea of getting out there, putting these properties under contract and flipping them for a profit. Well, I implemented the idea, took tons of massive action, and it worked out. Up until this time, I've closed 80+ real estate transactions, all of them being wholesale. Okay, and I haven't been 3 years in the business. I've been fortunate enough to challenge myself to step into other markets now. I'm also investing in the Atlanta, Georgia market, just now expanded to Memphis, Tennessee. Currently, I'm doing anywhere from 6 to 8 properties a month. Okay, I want to say thanks to Jason for inviting me out. I just want to let you guys know he's the real deal. You guys have great leadership in Jason, and he's one of the guys that are actually out here doing real deals. You have a lot of people out here that may be selling programs and trying to get you to buy in, and all those guys are doing are just selling information and not even really knowing if the information is up to date or even current. So, you guys have a great leader in Jason. So I just want to say thanks, Jason, for bringing me on, giving me an opportunity to speak in front of your members. All right, so just to start out, guys, how many dreamers I have here? Raise your hand. All right, good. How many of you guys think that your dream is worthy, or you're worthy of your dream? Okay, great. I want to let you guys know that a dream is not just a dream. A dream is something that you strive for, and you put an indefinite amount of sacrifice into chasing your dream. And I just want to let you guys know that it's possible. Okay? It all started out as an idea with me. All right? And I took it and ran with it, not knowing what I would become of it. And one thing that I had to face was change. Okay? And change is scary. Okay? Usually when change comes, a crisis follows right behind it. Alright, I'll just give you guys an example really quick. My insurance, car insurance went up last month. When I got my bill, I looked at it, I said, well, this doesn't look right. It went up by 10%. Immediately I went into a crisis. And we've all done that before. I'm like, oh my gosh. You know, but it's not the end of the world. You know, it's just something that has came upon us. It's just another challenge that has came upon us where we can put ourselves in a position to take those challenges on. In life, we're going to have challenges, period. Starting any business, guys, just like Jason said, it's all about mindset and how you're thinking. A lot of people, maybe even in this room, whatever you guys have been doing for the past years, you might actually think that's who you are. But I'm here to let you know, you guys have more in you. We can all give more. Do me another favor. Raise your hands again. Straight up vertical. Straight up vertical. Now reach a little higher. Okay? We can all reach higher and give more and strive for more. It's just all in our mindsets, guys. Okay? Alright? One thing that, if you're serious about real estate investment, okay, this is not something that you just want to try. A lot of people are afraid of commitment. Commitment is scary. Why? You have to deliver. Okay? You have to deliver on commitment. So, when I tell my friends, or my friends are always talking to me, oh, I want to get started in the business, I tell them to come by my meeting. They say, well, I'm going to try to come by. What do you mean try? What, are you going to lean towards my meeting? You know, we got to make a commitment in life to chase our dream, guys, because it's awesome. Along the way, it's not going to be easy. Okay? You're going to face all kinds of challenges along the way. And I've seen wholesalers come into this business and I've seen them leave. Okay? I'm also a consultant. I have students that I coach across the country. And the one main thing that I see is wrong with people who are just now getting into this business. They look at other people's results and their success and think that their success is supposed to measure up to those people, and they quickly get discouraged. So, you know, I'm on an online community such as Facebook where all of my friends are, you know, in the industry, and, you know, a lot of the times you see their postings of checks. You know, I just closed a deal for $15,000, and that's great. You guys should use that as motivation. But when it doesn't happen for you when you expect to happen, then you shouldn't get discouraged. Okay? There's an old saying from my man Les Brown. You get knocked down in life and you can look back up, you can get up. So how are you going to react when you start facing these little challenges in your business, guys? Okay? Are you going to back down and go for what you know? Are you going to step back into your comfort zone and go for what you know? You're going to go for what's expected in life? Let me tell you this, guys. 85% of the people in America hate their jobs. It's not fulfilling to them. They're not living their dream. They're working on someone else's plan. They're living someone else's dream. See, a lot of us go to work and they work more on their jobs more than we work on ourselves. We got to be willing to work on ourselves, guys. Okay? We got to be willing to do whatever it takes to make it. Commitment. I had a student ask me, well, TJ, why don't you define commitment for me? I said, well, I'm going to put it in a very small context for you. Next time you look at bacon and eggs, there's a chicken involved, and there was a pig that was committed. He gave it his all. It was all or nothing. It was all or nothing. And that's how you got to go after your dream. It may put you in perspective to say, man, I may have to leave a few people behind. One of the hardest things that we can do, guys, in this world as human beings is leave people behind who we dearly love and care about. But you got to really ask yourself, evaluate the people who you're hanging around, and ask yourself, is this relationship nourishing for my growth, or is it toxic for my growth? Your circle of influence is going to be key in any business. You want to hang around positive people, successful people. People are actually striving to do something, actually where you want to be at, they may already be there. You want to connect yourself with those people, okay? These people are valuable for your growth, all right? Another thing that we must adhere to is, once again, change. It seems like we go through changes every day in our life. Something new is happening every day. And the decisions we make according to what happens in our lives, okay, will be who we are. Okay? It will be who we are. Okay? What we take in is what we pour out, guys. Alright? You know, I always put myself in challenging situations. Life is all about growth. Alright, a lot of people don't want to come out of their comfort zone. Alright, everybody says they want to live the life, but they're not willing to pay the price. There's a certain price you got to pay in order to attain the type of things that you want in life. And it's not going to be easy. Okay? Alright? So you got to be steadfast. You got to be hungry. You got to want to do whatever it takes. Even if you have to give your life up for it, you got to do it because you're worth it. The uncommitted life, guys, it's not a pleasurable life to live. Have you guys ever made a commitment and didn't follow through on your commitment and you thought back, it didn't feel the greatest, did it? It doesn't feel the greatest. We've let ourselves down. And sometimes we'll beat ourselves up. You know, I hear people say all the time, hey TJ, I want to start my own business, but what about the odds? Yeah, what about the odds? You made it here out of 1 out of 40 million sperms. 1 out of 40 million sperms. I guarantee you there'll never be any odds like that anymore. You made it here. You can make it in anything in life. The odds is not there. If your dream is big enough, the odds don't matter. You have reasons and whys that are always much greater than the circumstances. Always. Give you a little story. All these are, you know, real life stories. Okay, my experiences. I had a pledge to myself, and I'm a very goal-oriented guy. You know, Jason can tell you, I have a to-do list every day. Before I go to bed, I write down things that I want to get accomplished every day, the following day. And as I'm writing on this sheet of paper, guys, I'm actually challenging myself to see how much can I do. Because, right, we can always get more. If you're going to bed at night not satisfied with what your results were for that day, then I'd say you need to wake up, get up, and you need to do what you need to do in order to get yourselves where you need to be at, in order to be satisfied in life. Alright, we have a lot of people, guys, that go through life not even figuring out what their purpose is. Okay? Not even figuring out what their purpose is. We have people that are born into this world, they grow up, they have a family, they get married, then they die. I would say that's just being another number. That's just being average. I want to let all of you guys know in here you have greatness in you. And you may not even know it right now. This may be something new. Okay? And I promise you'll start to figure things out. Know what your dream is. Know what you want to strive for. Because it's out there for you. I promise there's no shortage of currency in this world. Whatever that you wanted to attain, you can attain it. You just got to believe in yourself to do it. It doesn't matter if your mom doesn't believe in you. It doesn't matter if your closest friend doesn't believe in you. It doesn't matter if your wife. It doesn't matter if your husband. It doesn't matter if your closest people around you never believes in you. As long as you believe in yourself. That's all that matters. And watch your ideas. Take care of your ideas. Nurture them. Nurture your dreams. Keep them to yourselves. Don't go out and tell everybody about your dreams and your expectations and all your aspirations, all the things you want to achieve in life. Keep them to yourself. People will let you down. People will let you down. See, I don't expect anybody to support me in my dream. It's my dream. dream may be totally different. I may not have no interest in your dream. So if you come to me, hey T, I'm all fired up, you know, I got this big idea I've been thinking about. And what's your idea? Well, I always wanted to be a fireman. I sit back and say to myself, that type of reaction, he sees that. That can easily affect you. That can easily affect you, guys. Your subconscious mind is powerful whether you know it or not. The things that you take in are going to be your results in life. You guys understand that? The things that you take in, the things that you feed yourself, are you. It's you. Okay? So what are we going to do? What are we going to do from this point moving forward? Are we happy where we are in life? If 85% of America go to work every day and they hate their jobs, it's a lot of people in here unhappy. A lot of people. I was one of those people. I can't be even more happier than I am in my life right now. You want to know why I have a sense of fulfillment? I get up and challenge myself every day to grow. To grow. I'm standing here right in front of you right now, growing. This has been my #1 fear. Public speaking is the #1 fear in the world. How bad you want your dream? Are you willing to step out of your comfort zone and start doing things that make you uncomfortable to get to where you want to go in life? Do you want it that bad, or are you more worried about what people are going to say about you when you're in the process of achieving your dream? Are you worried about that? We need to focus on the benefits. Don't focus on what we don't have right now. Focus on what you do have. Focus on what you want to attain. We need self-approval a lot of times, guys. Being an entrepreneur is not easy. It's a challenge every day. You can simply lay in bed and say to yourself, I flip 6 to 8 properties a month. I use all my free time to sit around and be a couch douche, watching TV all day. But at that point, I say to myself, I just become average. I just become average. I make $15,000, $20,000, $25,000, $30,000 a month. But still, once I do that repeated process every day, a man said there's no growth in that type of process. Something that you do every day, repeatedly, day in and day out, there's no growth there. I don't care how much money you make. You could be the biggest doctor in Hollywood Hills. There's still a sense of unfulfillment there. A lot of people live life content, but unfulfilled at the same time. Let me ask you this, guys. Your dreams, they're worth it. But let me ask you this. Where do you think the wealthiest place on earth is? Anybody?
Between your ears.
Okay. Anybody else? The wealthiest place. Come on, guys. Give it a shot. We got a lot of countries out there that produce a lot of money, currency every year. Come on, give it a shot. Where's the wealthiest place in this world?
You're standing in it.
Dubai.
Standing there. Dubai. Great answer. Great answer. Great answer, too. And none of these answers are wrong, but let me tell you where the wealthiest place in the world is, guys. The graveyard. The graveyard. Let me tell you why. A lot of people take their ideas, dreams, aspirations, skills, talents that they don't know they don't have to the graveyard. There are people beneath us right now that could have made a contribution to society to possibly change the world and make a difference. And you know what? I'm kind of upset at those people. They cheated me. They cheated us. Okay? Go after your dreams. This here is temporary. Once you leave here, it's done. Finito. No coming back. You can be here 60, 70, 80, 90 years of your life. And compared to the time you'll be gone, it's literally a blink of an eye. Let me ask you guys this. If you had 1 year to live, what would you do differently? What would you do differently? I had a friend of mine, and very, very close friend, grew up since childhood, and his family has a bad case of diabetes. And he was a football player, always stayed in shape, and when he got out of the sport, you know, he just kind of lost it. feeding himself and feeding himself. And before you know, he was starting to be obese. He went from 200 pounds to 280 pounds in like a year and a half. So he went to the doctor. And the doctor said, hey, you know what? The cases that you have currently in your family of being diabetic, you gained 10 more pounds, bud, and it's not going to be looking too bright for you. You know what he did? He was forced into change. A lot of times we are forced into situations where we have all the ability to change, but we sit there and talk ourselves out of why this can't happen, or you know, what problem may occur in this business. You know, it's not your job for you to figure out what may happen right now. I promise, if you start taking action on your dreams, going for what you believe in, the universe is going to show you how. The world gravitates towards action takers, not complainers. Those are people who you want to be. You don't want complainers hanging around you. The complainer never got anything in life. These people, oh, the government, healthcare costs are rising. You know, it's these people over here that are making my life. No, you got to look at yourself in the mirror and examine yourself. We live in the best country in the world. You know, a man once said, one man should be ashamed to leave this earth without a major contribution on society. Your life is that precious. God gave you life, 1 out of 40 million sperms. He said, you. I want 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 everybody in this room. You think he gave you life to tiptoe through life, play it safely through life? No, 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 no. The man upstairs wants you to grow up to be all you can be. He gave you precious life. You could have been anything in this world. Turtle, duck, bird, dog. Have no power of choice. It's the greatest thing about being a human being. We all have power of choice. We have power of choice, guys. Okay? We can do anything that we desire to do. It's all in your mind. It's all in your mind, guys. Your environment is everything. If you got people around you that are not sure what you're doing and say, hey man, I don't know about that, the economy's too tough. Well, let me tell you something. More millionaires and billionaires were made through the Depression era. Why? Anybody know why? Once again, they're forced into change. Forced into change. Now they got to start thinking of, how can I make it? I got laid off my job. I took a big pay cut. Now what can I do on my own? Because if you're working the job right now, you're not safe. You're not safe. Don't ever think you're going to be safe working someone else's plan. It's not your dream. You're worthy of your dream. You got to believe in yourselves. You got to believe in yourselves, guys. Let me give you a little story real quick. It's a real good one. There were two little kids who once lived up north. And during the winter, there will be a pond in their particular neighborhood that will freeze over. So they would get to go out and ice skate on and have all the fun in the world. So these two little kids went out on this pond and were skating. And on one particular area of the pond, there was thin ice and they didn't recognize it. One of the kids put his foot on it and he slipped through. Okay? The kid's he's clawing, he's scratching, trying to get up out of the water. Now, the undercurrent from the water has taken him under to another portion of the pond. Now the kid is trapped under the ice. His friend, at the time, didn't know what to do. So let me tell you, he thought first, he seen a big tree over here near yonder. Went off and went and broke the biggest branch off he could. Went over to the pond, rushed back over to his friend, stayed over the ice, and in circles he was jumping down on the ice. Jumping down on the ice. He was jump. He's doing all he could do to have a breakthrough. And finally, he has his breakthrough. He's able to pull his friend out of the water and save his life. Now, in the meantime, there are neighbors that are hearing all this yelling going on, so they immediately call 911. So as the EMTs arrive, they look at the whole situation. They walk over by the ice, they look at the two kids, and they are amazed. They can't believe that this little kid, considering the circumstances, how did he his friend. He was so small, brains were so big. And as the EMTs were talking amongst themselves, there was a neighbor that overheard the EMTs. And the neighbor said, I'll tell you exactly how he did it. He didn't have anyone here telling him he couldn't do it. He didn't have anybody here telling him he couldn't do it. We all did do things, guys, that we probably don't know we can do right now. We all in here have some electrifying talents and skills that we don't even yet know about. How are you going to be able to figure out that you have these electrifying talents and skills? You're going to be able to figure this out when you start stepping out of your comfort zone. If you're tired of the results you've been getting in life, they say you want something different, you got to do something different. And usually doing something different is not going to be the most comfortable thing for you. You hear a lot of people say, well, I want to live comfortable in life. That's great, everybody does. What are you going to do to make that happen? I want to live comfortable. Well, let me tell you this. If you want to one day live comfortable in life, guys, you're going to have to do a whole bunch of uncomfortable things along the way to one day make your life comfortable. You can do what's easy now and your life will be hard. Or you can do what's hard now and your life will be easy. What dreams, what ideas are you guys going to take 6 feet deep with you? You're going to rob society of your contribution that you can probably help out in some shape, form, or fashion? Don't rob your community. Don't rob your people. Give them all of you. Find out what that purpose is. I'm just coming to find out, guys, that real estate is not even my purpose in life. It's just how I generate income. Put food on the table. Pay bills. Put clothes on my kids' back. Yeah, we do have a couple extra bucks to take a trip trip here and there. And it's nice. Okay? But gotta have 2 incomes in life. My man Dan Kennedy said it best. I study it a whole lot. You have an income account. Those are the things, like I said, that you're doing to generate income to pay the bills and making sure that food is on the table. Then you have a sweat equity account. These are all the things that you're doing right now, not to generate income, that will one day pay off. Planting seeds. See, we live in a world of instant gratification. Nothing comes easy. You got to break your mindset out of your old way of thinking. We've all been taught to go to school, get a great education, come out $40,000, $50,000 in debt, and work a $30,000 to $40,000 a year job. And a lot of those people usually go through life living miserable. Hear a lot of people say, money ain't everything, T. Yeah, you're right. It's not everything. But I'm pretty sure everybody in this room would like to find out. It ain't everything. Everybody in this room will want to find that out for themselves. Money ain't everything is right up there with oxygen. You need it. 90% of decisions that you make based around money. Crank your car to get here, you're paying a little bit in gas. Crank your car and leave, you'll pay more. As soon as you open the key to your door, your garage door, you're going to pay money. Flush your toilet, you pay money. Don't hide from the fact that money is not important. Don't hide that fact. Don't pretend. You got a lot of people going through life pretending in life. You got to really dig deep, guys. Ask yourself, what do you want to accomplish? What's my dream? What's my purpose? What am I going to start doing every day moving forward from this day? What am I going to do differently? Am I going to put myself in some situations where I'm uncomfortable that allows myself to grow? Or I'm going to sit back in my little cubby hole and watch everybody else just move right along past me? See, if you're going to fight in this life, guys, you might come out in an arena and fight. Because you're going to get knocked down anyway. You're sitting on the bench, on the bleachers, watching everybody, and life's still going to come knock you down. So I say, man, you might well get out in the arena and fight. You're going to get knocked down anyway, right? Right. Go for what you believe in. Go for what you believe in. It's out here for you. You guys have greatness upon you. Greatness. And you may not know it right now. You may not even think that you're worthy of it. I'll give you guys another a story real quick. Let me just tell you how, negative talk can easily influence your mind without even you knowing it. Really good football player in high school, got highly recruited, highly touted. A lot of the teachers, and then, I'll be honest, I wasn't into the schoolwork thing. It wasn't my thing. So the teachers would call me, how you're just a jock. And you know what? At some time in my life, I really started to believe that because I kept hearing it over and over again. So I went for mines when I went to college. I was going hard. I was doing everything that I needed to do to prepare myself to go to the next level. Because this is all I thought that I could become in life just from hearing this from other people. But now I'm just starting to figure out, guys, that I can do any and everything that I want to do in this life. It's attainable. Am I going to get it when I expect it? Probably not. But that's okay with me. I've fallen in love with the process of attaining my dream. That's one thing you guys are going to have to do. You're going to have to you got to fall in love with things that you don't want to do most. That's the only difference between people who make it and people who don't make it. They fall in love with doing things every day they don't want to do. I'm in the process of writing a book. I have a to-do list like I told you guys. That's probably one of my hardest, daunting tasks every day. Probably for anyone, for that matter. It's just to write. So what I do when I get up in the morning, I get up and I attack that. I don't think about it. See, we'll sit here and think about things until we get ourselves to a point where we're not even doing it anymore. We talk ourselves right out of it. Don't think much. Don't be your own worst enemy. We got to learn how to conquer self first, guys, before we can decide to make a major contribution to society. We got to be able to conquer ourselves. We are our own worst enemies. Man once said, if there are no enemies inside you, there are no enemies in your outside presence. You got to be able to conquer yourself, guys. Conquer your fears. Everybody's scared of fear, scared of failure. I said, fail and keep failing and keep failing and keep failing and fail ahead. And every time you fail, those are winning situations, guys. Those are learning experiences that you take from it and you grow. You're not failing, you're winning. Because now you put yourself in situations that you normally don't. And I say if you're going to fail, then do it badly. And be proud to do it badly. Be proud to do whatever you're doing badly at the time if you can't quite figure it out. Soon enough, the universe is going to show you. It's going to show you. I promise you. When I first ventured into the Atlanta market, yeah, there was some nervousness there. Some things I didn't quite know about the market. But I was willing to take the challenge on. Within 1 year up in Atlanta, I closed 25 deals. Majority of the properties that I buy and sell for a profit, I never even see them. I don't lay a finger on it. You can do anything that you want to do in life. Chase your dream. Don't let your dream go by the wayside. Don't do it. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. You leaving this world with regrets. Did a search of 10 people who are on their deathbed. Who are on their deathbed. And the question that was asked, if you could do something over again in your life, what would you do? And these 10 answers were pretty much similar. I would chase my dream. I would lead my own way. I regret not breaking out of that relationship I was in. A lot of us may be in relationships, that are not nurturing. Regardless of who it may be, you can't have negativity around you. Every relationship that you have should be a nourishing relationship, should be a positive relationship, should have something to do with you achieving success, being all you can be in this world. I ain't come to talk to you about real estate, that's Jason's job. I came to talk to you guys about life and what it takes to make it. And although I haven't achieved my ultimate goal, I can see myself there. You want to be somewhere in life, you got to vision it. And you just can't vision it. You got to put a plan together and start taking action in order for your vision to come into realization. Once you start taking action on what you believe in, guys, you'll soon enough start to see where you'll be at. A lot of people can't see where they'll be at 5 years from now. A lot of people don't even really know. A lot of people don't really know where they're going to be 5 years from now. I know. Simply why? I pass all of life's tests along the way. I get knocked down and I get back up and I keep fighting. I keep fighting until I win. You guys another story. I love telling stories. It connects with one another. I have a son, and this is old school game called Connect 4. Everybody here pretty familiar with that, right? Take the little red and black chips, and you're either gonna win going up 45 degrees to the left, 45 to the right, 45 down to the bottom right, 45 down to the bottom left, vertically, horizontally, however. I smoked it 10 games straight. No mercy, man. No mercy. Yeah. Teach my son easy win life. No, that's not going to cut it. Nobody's going to ever give you nothing. Because they're going to give you nothing. So after the 10th game, I stood up and said to myself, little T, I'm getting tired, man. This is boring. I'm whipping up on you. About time for me to go to bed. Oh, Dad, hold up! I haven't won yet. So we decided to sit back down. Played another 10 games or so. And on the 11th game, he had his breakthrough. He finally won. Finally won, guys. He had his breakthrough. You know what he did? Stood up, stretched. Oh, I think it's time for me to go to sleep, guys. And that's the same attitude we got to have towards life. We got to be willing to fight until we win. We got to fight until we win, guys. It's simple. We have the power of choice. We all in this room. And everything that I'm telling you guys right now, you probably already know this. You probably already know this already. I'm not telling you something you don't know. But I wanted to hit home and let you know that you can achieve any and everything you want to if you put your mind to it. Be a loving person. Be more of a caring person. I can easily say to myself, hey, you know what? I'm good. 6 to 8 tills a month. That's fine. No, but I have more in me to give. I have a lot of value to provide in life. What do? I'm going to volunteer my time at the Boys and Girls Club organization where I grew up, man. Don't know where I would be at if the Boys and Girls Club wasn't in my life. Time for me to start doing